Hi friends, it's Liz here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really fun and easy project for you to make. We will be reusing, repurposing, and using up our scraps and upcycling items today with this project. Super easy, no sewing to attach any of the pages, and you could just make it your own. So I'm going to show you the first one that I made. I'll give you a peek of another one afterwards, and then at the end I'll show you a different style and version that you can make with it as well. So to get started, you've got your little pocket on the front. I'm using many digitals from Digital Collage Club, including the latest one with the butterfly papers. I will have that linked below, as well as coupon codes if you're interested. So you see you've got your little pocket with the window. So you open this up again, and then you've got really nice collaged pieces. For this top part, I used a napkin. And if you have not seen that video, I will link it below. I show you very easy tips on removing napkin layers. Those of you that enjoy working with napkins, and also how to use the napkins without having to use that decoupage style on it. So I will link that video below. So I've got some tags on the top, and you can see we've got some little tags coming out of the sides as well. Again, this is from the DCC Butterfly printable kit, and I've got lots of collage going on here. I used up a lot of scraps. This tag I showed you previously, I made with one of my vintage wallpaper, French wallpaper printables. I will link that below if you haven't seen that project. And then on the last page here, again, we've got another tag. And again, it slides from the side. So you notice that I've got pockets on the top and on the side. And it's a really fun and easy project. Like I said, you get to upcycle and repurpose lots of items. If you haven't noticed already, these are made with junk mail envelope, like business envelopes. I love to repurpose those in my projects. And I have actually quite a few videos showing you different ways that I have used junk mail envelopes, and I will link that playlist below. So you can see here again, we've got the little see-through pocket on the front, or the window pocket, I should say. Now on this side, if you notice, what I did is I left the pockets on the top. These are from a new Polaroid, vintage Polaroid sets. Again, I will link those below if you haven't seen that. I made an ephemera holder with this. And here is a way that I'm going to keep a lot of my little ephemera pieces. These are all from my printables, and I wanted to keep them all together in one spot. So when I'm looking for something to add to a project, I know which little album / ephemera holder to go to. So you can see I added lots of pieces there. This side as well, you've got your window, pocket, and I can add additional things here. I did make these little file folders from the DCC Butterflies kit. I love that kit. Oh my gosh, you're going to see me work with it a lot. And then here again, I added many pockets for additional ephemera. And again, these are all from my own printables. I just wanted to keep them all in one spot so that I knew when I wanted to use them, I've got them all cut up and ready to go. And then this other little flip out, again, another little file folder, and another little section to hold ephemera. And like I said, I'm going to show you how to make one, and then I'm also going to show you at the end a different way that I have put one together, just in case you've got other ideas for them as well, or you've got something else that you want to do. So they're super fun and easy to make. You can have a bunch of these on your desk with different themes and different ephemera, and they're so fun to send to friends, and you get to recycle and repurpose a lot of items as well. So to get started, you take your business envelope, make sure that you've got the opening at the top. That's this one that I'm going to be showing you. And really easy to do, you just fold them in half. It doesn't matter if your window happens to cross over to the other side, or if you don't even have a window, not a big deal. But I like to repurpose the ones with windows. They're sort of my favorite to do. And this way you get to see what you're putting inside of them, etc. So you just watch me basically collage on it to cover up the pages right now. And we're going to make a couple of them so you can see the differences of what I'm going to be doing. So this is a piece of leftover napkin that I've been working on. And as you can see, I'm just going to add my favorite glue stick to it. I find that it works really well for napkins. It sticks really nicely. And if you have a few edges that are not fully attached, then you can use a little bit of your wet glue. Now, I do have a favorite wet glue as well that does not warp pages. I will have a link to my favorite supplies below if you're interested. So I hope you're all doing well. I have been doing a lot of crafting recently because it's been so hot outside. It's not even enjoyable. And I don't know how it is on your side of the world, but I am in Ontario, Canada. We're going through our summer at the moment, and it has been one of those really, really hot summers. Not ones that you can truly enjoy because there's a lot of heat warnings, you know, being outside for too long. Very humid, very hot. It's nice, of course, to be able to be in, you know, inside when you have a little bit of air conditioning. But, you know, it still doesn't seem to get to all the rooms in a home, depending on how your circulation is in your space. So it's been so hard, and I just keep thinking about, you know, how hot it keeps getting and how our environment just keeps totally changing. So so hard right now, I think. Anyways, back to this. You just see me kind of collaging pieces to cover up the envelope, and I'm using some cut up magazine pieces as well from my Daphne's Diary. I've been making some projects with that magazine, and I've got some, of course, always leftover bits that I like to repurpose. If you haven't seen my video for my birthday challenge giveaway, I will link that below. I have that going on right now, and I'm so excited about it. So if you wanted to take, be able to take part of it, check out the video, and hopefully you'll want to join the fun. So here, as you can see, again, I'm just repurposing something that I had cut out with some scrap pieces of paper. I love to repurpose that. I actually keep a little bin beside me whenever I finish a project. If it's a piece that I think I might be able to repurpose or reuse, I keep it there. Recently, actually, I asked on my Facebook page, one of my Facebook groups, I should say, if people keep all their scraps or they just dump them, right? Like, is it trash or treasure? And I think out of all the replies, the majority consider them treasures. And there's so many ideas that they have on repurposing these little scraps. So I'm glad I'm not alone. And I'm glad I kind of see the treasure in some of the pieces, but of course, I can't let it grow too far, so I try to reuse them and repurpose them as much as possible. I have a couple of other ideas to show you very soon on, how to repurpose all these different scraps, but this is one of those really fun projects that you can do with your scraps. Now, as I mentioned before, I have worked with junk mail envelopes before. I've made many different projects with them, and one of the easiest things to do is to collage on them, really, because it gives you a surface that you can work on. It's not that large, but then it ends up looking really nice, and you can do so much with these. So it's really great to repurpose them. Okay, so I'm going to show you the next envelope that I'm working on, because at some point I have to show you how we're attaching them together. So again, I'm just finishing collaging this one, and you can see the top of it. I've already used my leftover piece of a napkin. And then here I'm just again reusing and repurposing my little scraps that I have here. What else did I want to say? I hope you're all well. I hope you're keeping cool if you're in an area where it's super hot right now. We were at my nephew's birthday party this past weekend, and it was so great. Those that wanted to go in the pool could cool down in the pool, and then being able to go in and out of the heat was really nice as well. I do find though that if it's one of those days that it's super hot out and then you go inside to air conditioning and come back out again, it really makes it even more difficult to be outside once you've done that. So you kind of have to brave the weather if you if you want to enjoy a little bit of the sun. But it was just really nice to get together with family. We haven't done that in a while. We did all take tests, the family members, just to make sure that we were all okay to be together. And that kind of made it a little bit easier as well, because, as you do know, that there's still a lot of COVID infections going on. We're just not hearing about it as much, which is sort of great, because I think when it was at its peak, there was all these countdowns going on and it was just so stressful. But now I think everyone's learned to be a little bit safer, and they've learned how to keep themselves and others healthy. So I think that's been really helpful. Okay, so you can see here, I'm also repurposing a book page. And this is yet another thing that I love to do, is use up my book pages. I use those a lot in my projects. And so when I have pages left, I love to find ways to use them. So this project I think is perfect for that, because I don't like to purchase additional items to make something like let's say an ephemera holder. And I don't like to, go out and buy new items when I can repurpose and find something else to use. So I think this for me is my happy moment of being able to upcycle, recycle, reuse, whatever you want to call it, and then make these really cute ephemera holders with them. Now, of course, I've been working with some digitals, and so when I have leftovers of those, I repurpose those as well. I don't just, get rid of them. So you can see I've got just different little scraps here and there that I've used up. So here is how we glue these together. I'm taking my glue and just really loading one side of the envelope, and then we will be attaching the other envelope to it. That's just as easy as it goes. You don't have to add, you don't have to stitch it together. You don't have to do anything else but glue them together. And of course you can add as many as you want as you go forward. So I think for the ones I've made, I just used 4 envelopes. And like I said, it's just so fun to repurpose these and to have the large pockets on the top that you can also load. And then of course add your additional pockets on the inside for ephemera, or you could just leave one collage like I did with this one, and then it just looks really, really nice. So let me show you another version that I made with the same process. So this one is what I was working on with the digital kits from Digital Collage Club. And I had some of these pieces left over, so of course I had to add them to this little envelope. You can see how I've again add the pocket on the top, but this one I made the entire left and right side to hold ephemera. So this pocket here, these pockets have tickets and labels, so I know if I need a ticket and a label that they are there, and I can of course refill them as much as I want. I also have my large pockets on the top, and I can keep adding to this as well. And then the next page, I have my vellum pieces. So I know if I want a few vellum pieces, I have them here. And what I love about it is when I use them up, I can refill it, but I know that these are going to hold these. Now these cute little butterfly tags, they're also part of the Digital Collage Club kit. And like I mentioned, I will link their shop below as well as coupon codes. Don't forget to use those if you decide to purchase anything in the shop. And these are just little tags that I have to finish at some point. And I have 2 that I'm showing you here that I kind of finished. And then here I've got some little tags, and again some more labels, and just some additional ephemera that I can use in different projects, and some larger ephemera pieces on the back. So I know if I'm looking for these items, I have them in this one, and then I can always refill them as I use them and keep them on my desk, and they look so cute together. And you can see because they're all the same size, they are just super adorable to have on your desk. And I almost forgot to show you. So for this last one, I used a regular business size envelope. I flipped it upside down. This way I could use the top as my loading pocket, and then the bottom flap, I could also use it to add additional ephemera and tuck it down there. And then the book page pockets, I did the exact same process I just showed you, except I did that to both sides of the envelope. So I have additional pockets on the left, on the right, and on the inside top pockets as well. So that was really fun to do. So if you don't have junk mail envelopes, then you can just repurpose some of your regular letter size envelopes and make the same project. And then for the covers, I just decorated them. Depending if they had a window or not, it didn't matter. I just ended up covering both the front and back to make it look nice. So I hope you've enjoyed this project. I hope you make some yourself. I hope you repurpose, recycle, upcycle, whatever you want to call it. And let me know if you do. Don't forget to tag me. I would love to see what your projects turn out like. And again, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to check out my playlist for more ideas on how to repurpose items. Thanks so much for stopping by.